Hey fellas, Rusty coming at you, and today we're going to be taking a look at what is generally considered a trapper from the finest cutlery in the world. Well, who's that going to be, Rusty? Well, ZWILLING or J.A. HENCKELS is a top cutlery company. And they're mostly known for kitchen cutlery. So if you're one of those foodies, you're gonna be shopping for a ZWILLING or a J.A. HENCKELS knife. Now, that company, which I can't remember, started before. It's one of the oldest. It started in the 1800s. ZWILLING is twins, and that's what we get, you know, German for twins. And I picked this one up off of eBay for about $76, and it was dirty and I had to scrub it, but we'll get into that story later about the knife. Just for now, they made pocket knives up until maybe, I want to say 50s or 60s. It's been several decades that if there is a knife released, it's actually a poker knife. And we'll see that here. Let me see if I can get that. So I happen to have a poker trapper. So maybe you guys can see the similarities. They both have what's known as rope jigging. And you guys all have a separate video on this, but that's really fancy jigging as far as I'm concerned. Let me know what you guys think on that. And if anybody wants to date this one, you're going to want to get, this is an actual poker. This is not a Chinese. So go to the video on this and you'll see what I'm talking about. But they got the contract to make this knife and this knife. And we'll check out the video on this. This is a Stockman. And I swear that that shield should be facing upright. But this is what they're calling a green bone. And they're calling this one yellow bone. This one's in stainless steel. And I do believe my poker is in carbon steel. So much for the finest in the country, right? Look at that. The blades aren't centered. And then if we come up here, this is a little proud. That kind of bothers me that that's not. But most of us care mostly about the fit and finish, which I think is very good on this. The action, which I think is excellent. As I mentioned, I do believe this is a 420 HC. Very nice across the top here. Very nice walk and talk. Oh, that, guys, that's just loving it. It's like a 5.5 or 6 pull, but hydraulic. So this doesn't have the mirror I would like. I don't know, maybe I need more case paste. Maybe if anybody can date these or tell me anything, I'd like to hear what you have to say. Let's see if we can get a, boy, it's a very faint tang stamp on that. Nothing there that I can see. And nothing here. So, and it looks like a little, I feel a little stepping right there. It's a height issue coming across. Maybe you can see it's just proud right there, but very active spring, which I like. So let's get out some comparison knives, shall we? And here we are. We got China, Germany, and good old US of A. I grabbed up a very nice Rough Rider out of the Trapper Series Edition. This is going to be in 440 stainless, and I did try to scrub this blade edge off, but let's take a peek here, shall we? So blade centering's not fantastic. Maybe it, I think this is, the springs are just fine on this one, and I think it opens nicely. Now that J.A. Henckels does open better. And so this one, the action wins, no doubt. So if we do a comparison here, now this case has carbon steel, but of course you're going to find a lot of case trappers in stainless. So we'll just kind of compare where they place the nail nick. We'll compare how the springs look. I can tell it looks like we got a, you know, a little bit of a gap on that. And that's how these blades look. Oh, I'm a little bit disappointed that didn't snap right back. And mostly we'll maybe compare the bone on these. Amber bone, nothing fancy about that. Yellow bone, I mean, this is really all you're going to find on these German knives, is pretty much this type of jigging, where case does a variety. So take a look at the build on this. This is very, very good, especially being built in China. They got them. They got my, yeah, they got this one. This one is smooth, but I feel this one beats them. So, and I think I like the shape of the blade on my Rough Rider. So, and I like the bone. And the shield, but we'll get to that. So that's how those two look sitting out there. Now we'll take a peek. This was really fancy. Take a look at our shield. It's a honey bark bone, and take what they did here. Okay, and this ZWILLING or J.A. Henckels, we'll call it a Henckels knife, just kind of flat across there, but that's what your springs look like. And that's what your bone, both of those are very nice. This has threaded bolsters, so that's nice. This one has a crazy nail nick. Oh, we didn't get, yeah, we did compare. We didn't compare spey blades on the case. So there's how we're looking there. Honey bone, yellow bone. Take a peek at those nail nicks. Big and obnoxious with match strike. Big, but not obnoxious without match strike. So boom. Boom. Okay. Why don't we get out the case? Oh, we are going to do a comparison like that. Rough Rider shield kicks butt. Okay, and the last part we'll do, we will compare. All right, that Henckels knife has the best action. It's just hydraulic. It just really is just better. Hope you guys aren't picking up the wind. Now this Rough Rider one is also pretty good in terms of action. So hey, I think we will be done there. I want to thank you guys for joining me.